What's going on, Elites? You already know what it is. We live action. Welcome back to another Bleach chapter review with me, the Elite Captain Visor Days. Alright, now, this Bleach chapter is titled Bleeding Guitar Blues. This chapter 495. Now, it starts out with Rose. He's walking through the Seireitei, you know, getting a casualty report, and he runs into Star Knight U. The name is stupid. Not even going to try to pronounce the full name. Nana something. And he says, "Oh, that doesn't sound good. Is he dead?" And Rose says there a need to answer. And Star Knight U says, "Yes, there is. Due to the fact that that guy who died, you know, of course talking about Uzuru, he said his spiritual pressure was where Busby was. If he's not dead, that means Busby failed." So Rose is pretty much saying like, oh, so you can just easily talk ill about your comrades, about their failure. And Uzuru, you know, with him, now it's a little bit more confusion if he's dead or alive. But anyway, Rose, he goes on to say that about how Uzuru, he was inspiration for his music and other aspects in his life, whether it's fighting music or whatever. But you know, Rose, he used a lot of musical and artistic metaphors. And he was saying he hopes Uzuru is not dead because him and his flying V will be very sad. And that's when Star Knight U was saying, "Sorry, I don't understand art." And, you know, anyway, like he was letting him know, all I need is 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I'm gonna take you down. And Rose goes on to say, you know, yeah, you know, you're not gonna leave out here alive, Quincy. Anyway, it goes on to the next scene where you see these Soul Reapers. They're getting pierced by these needles. I mean, a whole bunch of them getting pierced, killed, destroyed, and they show the Quincy with the long black hair, and around him, the Soul Reapers are stuck suspended in air, still pierced with those needles in their chest. And this is Star Knight F. And Star Knight F, the name, something German, something. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. But this is the Star Knight that I'm out for. And anyway, it switches to, it goes on to the Soul Reapers that Star Knight F is fighting. And they're running away. And one of the Soul Reapers says, "Why does everyone scream before they die?" And he says, "Don't run. Why are you running? Stand your ground. You're not supposed to run to save your life. You're supposed to stand here and give your life to protect the Seireitei." At Squad 13, that is what we do, you know. And of course, that's when I read that, I felt that was very true what he said. He was a G for that. Very honorable and admirable. I know in the future he probably won't get no more screen time, but I would love to, because right there he shows signs of a real Soul Reaper. And next thing you know, Zabimaru comes in between the Soul Reaper and Star Knight F. And of course it was Renji. He tells he tells that Soul Reaper, "Look, the whale said, but get out of here. I'll handle this." And Star Knight F looks back like, "Yeah, okay, we'll see." Then it switches to these Soul Reapers getting sliced, cut in half. And it switches to the other Star Knight E. See, all this go off the top of my head. Can't remember her name. It starts with the B. That I know. The young girl. Next thing you know, you seen a big hand grabs her wrist, prevents her from swinging. And next panel, it shows Kuromura. And that's when Kuromura, he's saying like, man, even a little girl is in this rebellion. And that's when she was saying, oh, even doggies, you know, can be sold. She was saying, it looks like the Soul Society is running short on soldiers. So after that, it switches to the other encounters that are happening. We see, let's see if I can remember this correctly. Not in any specific order, but let's see. We see Shuhei, you know, Hisagi. He's going up against a big muscular Quincy. We see Shunsui. He's going up against the older Quincy with the glasses. We see Soifon. She's going up against this other Quincy with a look like a helmet. Let's see, Ukitake. He's going up against a Star Knight with black hair. And Toshiro Hitsugai, he's going up against someone I don't know. His opponent is kind of further in the background. I can't really make out the face, but that's a hat or something. I don't know. Then it cuts to Renji. And Renji, of course, he's attacking and fighting the Star Knight F. And of course, Renji's wondering, like, how come my attacks aren't doing anything? It seems like when he blocks my attack, something, you know, illuminates on his hand. And I noticed he was saying him and his. Maybe I was told this Star Knight is a girl, but Renji is saying him and his, unless he's just saying that, you know, out of force of habit. Anyway, as he's wondering why his attacks aren't doing anything. Here comes yet another Star Knight out of nowhere behind Renji, comes down and almost crushes him. And this one, I call him Luchador Quincy. And that's exactly how he looks. And or El Forte, whatever his name is, off of Street Fighter 4. So that's when he gets ready to hit Renji, and out of nowhere, between Renji and the Luchador Quincy's fist, you see Zenbun Zakura's pedals, you know, Byakuya Shikai. And that's when he tells Renji, like, look, no time for, you know, being compassionate. You know, we have no time to try to figure this out or wonder about this. Let's just strike them. They are here to deliberately destroy the Serite and all the Soul Eaters. That means they are our enemy. Like, pretty much Byakuya was saying, let's go all out. Let's not be ruthless. Let's not hold no bars. Let's just, you know, kill them all. If they're here to kill us, we're going to kill them. And that was the end of that chapter. All right, now, on to the segment of what I thought about the chapter. This chapter, to me, it was good, but I will say this. The things that... Alright, this is my overall impressions of it. The Star Knight U, no, one of the dumbest characters I have ever seen in my life. To all my subscribers, all my elites, look, to all my older subscribers, you know me by now. You know me by now. To my newer subscribers, you know I am big on character design and costume design. If your character looks stupid, I'd rather him just look normal as hand, maybe uninstant, but just flat out stupid, I'm not gonna give a damn about that character. I'm sorry. This is what I have to look at. So, thank God, you know, Rose, he a cool character. I'm going to really be rooting for Rose. I don't have no problem rooting for the bad guy, but he looks so stupid. I don't care about his backstory. I don't care about nothing. He is a retarded looking character, a stupid name. I'm like, okay, they can keep going with that. Now, on to Star Knight F, my favorite Star Knight. Now, so far, I like what I see. You know, has the needles sticking out. And shoot the needles. I don't know. I wonder if the needles come out that mask. I don't know. Maybe he can manipulate them. I don't know. Or make some appear. Maybe it's made of pure ratio. I don't know. Anyway, I am glad about the fact that Renji is going up against this Star Knight, because Renji was my first favorite Bleach character. He's not my favorite Bleach character anymore, but he was my first favorite. And he did train. He did get stronger. However, these Star Knights are very powerful. And as you can see, Renji Shikai is ineffective against this Star Knight. So I don't know what's going to happen with this fight. Oh yeah, and the eyes of Star Knight F. Those eyes, man, when they showed that panel of the eyes, I don't know, that was an eerie kind of a panel to me. Then, let's see, the little girl. The little girl against Kumamura. Now, Kumamura has been known to get punked so much through the Bleach series. I used to think that way about Renji, but Kumamura against her, it will be interesting, like if she, you know, flipped that guy or hit him or knock him back to all these buildings, because she's so tiny. But as we can see in Bleach, size doesn't really matter. We see in hell Kenpachi, he technically isn't even cock diesel, but he's strong as hell. And this little girl, she's probably gonna be tossing Kumamura around, because he always gets punked with now, unless he did some training. Let's see. Shuhei, I'm sorry, I know everybody probably did their little bit of training, but Shuhei, I do like that character, but him going up against a Star Knight, I don't know, man. I see him losing. I really do. I really do. And before you all say, what about the characters, about the lieutenants who never had a bunker, who have one now, keep in mind, even Byakuya stated this, and we witnessed this when Renji fought Byakuya. Say if Shuhei does have a Bunkai, that does not necessarily mean instant victory against this Star Knight, due to the fact that, okay, you achieve Bunkai, wow. It still takes another additional decade, 10 years to master your Bunkai. You see Renji, when he first went Bunkai, he think, oh hell yeah, I got Bunkai, I'm about to mess Byakuya up. So, come on now. So, even if someone said, well, Elite Ace, maybe he has a Bunkai, maybe he can hang in with that Star Knight. No. But then again, anything can go in Bleach. If Shuhei can kill Tosin in his resurrection forms, I still think it's some bull. And I know people saying, well, look what he did. Stab him through the neck and release the Shikai. Kenpachi clearly stated, when two spiritual pressures collide, the strongest push the weakest one back. So you mean to tell me a lieutenant ranked Soul Reaper, his spiritual pressure is stronger than a captain level who acquired a mask with the Hokyoku in his resurrection form, get out of here with that. So anyway, I don't think Shuhei is gonna make this one. You know, I'm sorry. I think he's gonna get dropped. And no, yeah, I think Kensai is gonna jump in. That's what I think is gonna happen. Watch. Remember this review. I think that's what's gonna happen. Anyway, it goes to Shunsui versus the old guy with the glasses. Okay, I am kind of curious what the old guy can do. Just like I said, he don't look stupid. He don't look weak. Just a regular old guy glasses. Oda Quincy. Okay, now. Reason why I'm curious about this fight, I think this is the fight when Shunsui has to go Bunkai. Because yes, Kubo did say he will go Bunkai, so that's why I'm curious about this fight. Soifon, oh, excuse me. I do like her as a character. This Star Knight that came out of nowhere, I'm curious about this fight, you know, either way. Because she is real fast. You know, she has her Shikai, sting all enemies to death, Suzumabachi, 1-2, bam, you dead. So, I wonder how that's going to affect, you know, how she's going to try to use that against these that Star Knight. Let's see. Toshiro. Normally I wouldn't care about his fights, but Kubo did state he did get stronger. So I'm curious to see how that fight is going to go, especially up against that mysterious Star Knight. Let's see. Ukitake. The one with the black hair. I'm curious to see who that is. Also, Ukitake, I mean, actually might be kind of good due to the fact that he can suck up, you know, enemy attack and shoot it back. But keep in mind though, Shunsui and Ukitake are already in Shikai. They already know what it is, you know. But Renji, also Kubo did state that Renji Bunkai did get stronger. So with that Luchador Star Knight coming out of nowhere, now it looked like it was going to be 2-on-1. But of course, when Byakuya was stepping in, I don't know who's going to take who. I think Renji is going to take the Luchador Quincy, and I think Byakuya is going to take Star Knight F. Either way, you know, Byakuya, he's my favorite captain. Renji, he's one of my favorite characters. Like I said, he used to be my favorite character. But whoever fights Star Knight F, I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with it. But of course, Star Knight F, half his face is covered up, and it looks like he is not easily intimidated. Byakuya, he's rarely intimidated. You know, he has the droopy eye, you know, what you gonna do kind of thing. So that kind of vibe between both of them. That's I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait. Now, a lot of people have said that this chapter wasn't as good as the last, and they said it didn't give that epic feel. This is what people have to remember. Okay, this is, you know, the second stage. Of course, the impact of the last chapter hit because anticipation built up. Everyone that Star Knights first showed up in Old Man Yama's office, their faces were hidden, so we were led to believe, okay, who are they? What do they look like? You know, how many females is it? How many males is it? Are they? I mean, so and then once we seen them walk into their pods or their little gates where they were going to Soul Society, that was more mystery. And then once they finally arrived, you know, then we finally seen these new characters. And that's always a refreshing thing in any series when you see new characters, especially when it's good character design by Kubo. Except with that that one Star Knight U. So, you know, it was just the fact that it was all these mixture of things. Wow. Buckbeard, he sped up the invasion quicker. First it was 5 days, then he just said, okay, let's invade it like that. Plus, once he got there, it was said to be continued. It focused on Hueco Mundo. Then once it finally got there, then they revealed all these other characters, and that's still not all the Star Knights. So of course it was at greater impact. But don't downplay this chapter because the impact is gone. Number one, we still haven't seen all the Star Knights, and let's keep in mind we haven't even seen really technically any of the abilities. Like we have, I mean, yeah, we've seen Star Knight F do something, but I mean, come on now. But you know, we just know all the names, the backstories, who's gonna die, lose, all of that. So I personally like this chapter. But I will say this before I end this, to end this part. Get ready for some long battles, because what I'm seeing right here is just like the Fate Katakura Town battle. It was fight after fight after fight after fight. And I know, and be patient, remember, it's only 19 to 20 pages each week. And when it's a fighting kind of chapters, they go by quick. It's less dialogue and more still images. So prepare for some battles. And like I said, they're divided. Like, who knows Soy Phone and her starting like take up to 5 chapters. I'm not saying back to back, but like 5 chapters. Just think about the Katakura time fight when the lieutenants had to fight the Fraction and then the captains had to fight. I mean, so prepare for some long fights. Every now and then it might cut to go back to Hueco Mundo. So that's my thoughts on it. Oh yeah, the Luchador Quincy, another stupid character. I don't care about him either. I'm not gonna care about that fight. I'm gonna be whoever's fight him. I'm gonna root them to whoop his ass, kill him instantly, whatever. So on to the question segment of Bleach. Last week I asked the fellow elites and Soul Reapers, what is Orihime? Is she Fullbringer? Is she not? Yes, no, maybe so. I've gotten quite a few answers, and I did check, and I will say this. I know that was technically a tough question to answer due to the fact that we have no confirmation or closure on what Orihime is. So what I did, I had some answers for people who, I had names for people who said she was Fullbringer and names of people who said she was something else. And I'm going to tell you right now, there were a lot more people who said they were something else opposed to ones who said they were Fullbringer. The one who said they were Fullbringer are, and a lot of these names I remember doing video responses to, Fullbringers, let's see, at Lachlan 96, Ninja Storm, and ASL Theater, or Thatchery. I hope I said that right. But Ninja Storm, he believes she's Fullbringer because he says in chapter 481, page 10, you see Bringer Light. Now, that's one thing to look out for. But and that's it for people who say they're Fullbringers. Now, I say the ones who I agree with the most and the winners are, to me, is the ones who say she is something else, and I'm going to tell you why. The people said she was something else. Thorn, 277, King Mike D, It's MRO, Troy the Boy 1985, Master Sword 100, The Black 089, Protofication, Legendary, let's see, what is it? Legendary Dragon Zero, Haggles, Monstradamus, Brandon McBride, Blood Rifle 1, and Heyblade Metal FX11. Now, Haggle says right here, Fullbringer commands are said in English. Orihime always uses Japanese commands, so I don't think she's Fullbringer. And that's a good point. However, though, technically, Chad, he doesn't use English, and with his moves are in English, but I get what you're saying, though. You know, we all know Chad's a Fullbringer and Chad's Mexican, but I do get what you're saying. Reason why I chose the ones who said something else is because I say, you know what, like, somewhat slash forget it. Like, number one, I don't really like Orihime. She gets in the way, she heals the enemy, she whines, and at this point, we're in the final arc, we still don't know what she is. I just said forget it. Same thing with Kumamura. What the hell is Kumamura? We better get a backstory on what that's about, unless the Spirit King has something to do with that. I don't know, some kind of hit and race. Anyway, I'm going to just sit back and just say, you know, if Kubo reveals it, he reveals it. If he don't, oh well, because, you know, her little mini personalities are, I mean, the mini fairies are tiny bits and manifestations of her personality, and they act like her Zanpakuto, like Hashi said. It resembles his power, you know, he's a visor. So it's like, you know what, forget it. Okay, but the next question I give you all, elites, which do you all think is faster? Shunpo, Sanito, or, oh man, it starts with the freaking H. I forget the name. The Quincy movement. I apologize. The Quincy movement, Sanito, or Shunpo. You know, flashed up, of course. Which one do you think is faster? I have my reasons to think of which one is faster. I know, but I won't tell you. Depending on the answers, you know, I'm reveal who gave the best one, why, and why I agree with it, and what I think about it, of course. So that's my question, you know, Bleach of the Week. All right. Also keep in mind before I go, it says right here, you know, I took note of this. I read a few answers and people saying that Orihime got her powers from the Orb Destruction, and a lot of people have it confused into thinking that the Orb Destruction just gave her powers. The Orb Destruction does not work like that. The Orb Destruction does not alter and defy reality and give someone powers that they just don't have. Because the Orb Destruction is like a sonar, it's the kind of thing. It scans, maybe it can hear, listen, I don't know, maybe it scans. And if you are capable of living up to that power, or having a power. You know, like it could tell what's in your heart. You know, like if you want something done, but it knows you ain't gonna really take up arms or do nothing about it, you just want to sit back and complain from the sidelines, it ain't gonna do nothing with you. But right here it says, Aizen in his explanation of the Hokyoku says that her powers were actually awakened from the Hokyoku when she cursed her inability to help her friends. So it awakened, which means whatever these powers are, she already had it, but the Hokyoku, you know, it pretty much, it just awakened, it sped up the process. That's what that was. So, yeah. And before I go, real quick, I want to thank, of course, my new subscribers, still my old subscribers, my current subscribers. My subscriber count is steadily going up. Thank you all for enjoying my videos and watching this. I mean, very happy about it. And keep the faith with Bleach to all my Bleach fans. I know everyone says Soul Society arc was the best arc, you know, and I'm not here to debate that. But of course, I think one of the reasons why is we were filled with anticipation and the unknown. The reason why I say that, you know, where you're just getting into this new series, you're wondering, is Rukia gonna die? Who's gonna save her? What's gonna happen after she gets saved? Okay, when she gets saved, how is he gonna get out of Soul Society? All that kind of thing. And throughout the course of the beginning of Bleach, we were hearing about Soul Society, Soul Society. We were thinking, what does this Soul Society look like? Who are these other captains? Wait a minute, this and that. And then once we realized that, whoa, wow, they have Shikai. You know, each different Soul Reaper has a Shikai. And then when we get introduced to the Goldie 13, we were just overwhelmed by, oh my God, what's his name? What's her name? What's her bastard? What's his Shikai? What's his Bunkai? It's just a whole new world. And it took place, like I said, in a whole new world. It just didn't take place in Katakura Town, World of Living, something we can see in any other anime. But it was, you know, very, it was like the anticipation was building up, and we were filled with the unknown that, you know, it satisfied us. So this is a little bit of what happened with the last week's chapter. You know, we finally got, oh man, the anticipation finally hit. Sarate got invaded. You know, Soul Society got invaded. We got to see new characters. We're still going to see new characters. But yeah, this is the Elite Captain Visor Elite Ace with Bleach chapter 495. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, as you see at the bottom, yes, if you want to be a part of the Elite Squad, you know what to do. And when you do it, thank you. And you know, again, I just want to thank all my subscribers, because by doing this, you know, it was to please the virtual audience and the people. I do my best to respond to feedback, and I know everyone does these Bleach reviews, but of course with this I have to switch it up. Anyone can change their background, and when you see reviews online, it's pretty much like this, pretty much almost the same. It all looks the same. Someone is just talking to a camera sitting down. No offense to ones who do that, but I have to switch it up. You know, I'm the only one on YouTube doing videos, you know, chapter Bleach reviews like this. You know, of course, like I said, you can change your background. But hell, when Kubo made Bleach, he said he wanted to do something different. He never seen Shinigamis and kimonos like that before. He wanted to do something different. Props to him. And that's another thing that sets it apart from Yu Yu Hakusho, because y'all know how I do. If I wanted to, I could make a video giving so much detailed, specific information, bit by bit, of how Bleach is not a copy of Yu Yu Hakusho, because I will shut that down. Y'all know how I do. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So that's where I got my inspiration for this, and I thought it fit the theme of Bleach. So again, this is Captain Visor Elite Ace. Thank you for watching. I'm signing out.